Hey there, it's Chris Grahusco here, Astronomer. Current time is 12:51 a.m., March 29th, 2025. What I'm doing here is like a little tutorial on how to find the star that's supposed to erupt. It's called T, like Tom, Corona Borealis. So that's a variable star. It basically has thermonuclear reactions in its atmosphere by accreting or collecting material from a companion star until the surface becomes critically unstable and causes a thermonuclear reaction in the atmosphere of the star. Now, there's a certain way to approach looking for this star. If you're not a trained amateur astronomer like myself, it doesn't matter. Nowadays, with all the technology, you can just use an app to get into the area. But what I would want you to know is scientists say that this star will be as bright as Polaris, the North Star, right? So let me show you Polaris. So Polaris is right here. So this is a little dipper that I'm showing you. The two stars at the top of my screen right here are the end of the Little Dipper. The one on the left that's twinkling orange, that is called Beta Ursa Minoris. And then you go back down here to Polaris, right? So this nova is supposed to be as bright as that Polaris North Star, right? So in order to find T Corona Borealis, we go over here to the east. And basically what you're going to be looking for to find this star, T Corona Borealis, you're going to look for a star called Alpeka, which is the brightest star in Corona Borealis constellation. It's not as bright as Polaris, but if you find the star Alpeka, which is below, it's lower left of a star called Arcturus. Now, Arcturus is like the fourth brightest star in the sky. It's a very bright orange star. And if you take a lower left, you're going to hit Alpeka in Corona Borealis. And then you go down a little bit more to Hercules, which has a star called Beta Herculis or Coniferos. So this area in the sky between Alpeka, Corona Borealis, and Beta Herculis Coniferos is very sparse and black and dark. There's nothing in that zone. So if you can teach yourself the stars on an app and get to Corona Borealis constellation and get the star Alpeka, take Alpeka to the star Beta Herculis or just to the Hercules constellation, that area is very sparse. There's no bright stars. It's a very dim, dark area of the sky. So if you suddenly see a star that shows up bright in that sparse area, you know it's the nova. So that's pretty simple, right? So knowing that there's a star as bright as the North Star in an otherwise dark, dim zone between Alpeka, Corona Borealis, and Beta Herculis Coniferos star, then you'll know that's the nova. But again, in general, you look between the constellations Corona Borealis and Hercules, and that's a very, very, dim, dark area. There's really no big, bright stars in there. Somewhat bright, but not as bright as the North Star. North Star is the 45th, brightest star in the sky. So, there's really nothing that bright in that area. So if you can take those steps, you just might see the event of a lifetime of a star igniting in its atmosphere due to accreting material from a companion star that orbits it. And last time that happened was maybe back in the 1950s or something. But there you go. So, if you follow my Instagram here, El Paso Telescope Cafe, you'll be the first to know if that star does blow up, because I'm always watching the sky 24/7, so I'm always here to guide you along. Have a good one.